Good day, everyone. Welcome to Sip with Rev Melissa. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. I am Rev Melissa. My passion is to support people in transforming their lives. Answer this question. Is it time for you to start living your purpose? Is it time for you to stop delaying your happiness and your joy? If your answer is yes, it's time. No, I ain't ready yet. I don't know. Whatever your answer is, it is fine. I am here to support you. My mission is to give inspiration through spiritual life coaching, preaching, and teaching that ignites the divine spark within you to live life in joy. Yes, connected to your yes. This is my ministry of joy. This I get to do. This is what I love to do. So if you need support, if you are looking for a spiritual life coach, here I am. You can contact me on my social media at I am Rev Melissa on Instagram and on Facebook. All right. So let's see who's with me live today. Good day, mommy. See, I know my mother is in Walgreens on the line. And she was like, oh, this line is so long, they're so slow. And I said, well, you could practice patience. And so here she is practicing patience with me today on Morning Sip. Good day, Linda, the crisp mountain air of Colorado. All right, it's still warm here in New York. Good morning. Woo! Shay is saying it's 35 degrees at 7,000 feet in Colorado. Girl, you could have your 35 degrees. I am loving the 70 to 80 degree weather that we are having here in New York in October. Although, when I went out this morning to do my walk, it was smoky. So I'm like, are there wildfires happening somewhere and the smoke is coming over this way again? So that was a little concerning. Well, not a little, it was major concern for me and for, our beloved planet. So I'm not sure what's going on, but something's happening. Good day, Tim. It's good to see you, love. Good day, Michelle. Weather is good here in LA. All right, we got all the weather reports from different parts of the world. So I'm glad that all is well wherever you are. And good day again, everyone joining in on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and streaming on New Thought Media Network. Ron, it's good to see you, love. So let's get into it. We are continuing on our journey through the Master Key System by Charles F. Haanel. And I mentioned I was doing my walk this morning, and this thought came into mind. Go on YouTube and see if there is an audio version of the book on YouTube. And sure enough, there is. So while I was walking, I was listening to Master Key number 13 again. And that's where we're going today, Pamela. We are going to Master Key 13. So remember yesterday, our Master Key number 12 was LOL, Law of Love. But then this morning, I got clarity about Master Key number 12. And so I'm changing the title for master key number 12. Master key number 12 now is adjust to love. And that came up for two reasons. One was our visioning last night, and I'll talk about that in Joy News. And then two, yesterday I gave the example of having these pants that I love, and I've had them for 3 years, and I haven't worn them because they're too long. And the only thing I needed to do to be able to wear them was to adjust the length, right? 3 years. Just take it to the tailor and have it hemmed. Simple, right? But I haven't done it, right? So it's the same thing with us. There are adjustments that we need to make in our lives. And those adjustments always lead us to love, the law of love, right? And so we get to adjust to love. So that's master key number 12 now. So today we're going to go into master key number 13. And master key number 13, some of you may recognize master key 13 as a saying. It's kind of like a slang saying that we say sometimes. So let me pull that up. Well, let me put that in. I thought I already did, but it didn't take. So master key 13. I know I have said this on occasion. Master key number 13 is you better recognize. And you got to say it with some swag on it, right? You just can't say you better recognize. You got to be like, you better recognize. You better recognize, right? You got to give it some, right? Some swag, some attitude, right? Yes, that's what we get to do. That's what we get to do. Yes, yes, Sekou. The past 3 years. So we are in master key number 13. If anyone's writing all the master keys down, you better recognize it's number 13. So we know that thought is spiritual activity, right? And we know that thoughts are at the level of what? They're at the level of cause, consciousness, right? Or even unconscious. We have conscious and unconscious thoughts. It doesn't matter. Both are creative. Both are creative. Both are at cause. And we know that conditions are at the level of effect. So we know the infinite is at cause, the finite is at effect, right? We know the world is the effect. We know the universal mind, our subjective consciousness, is at the level of cause. So you better recognize that your conscious and unconscious thoughts are causative, And a lot of times we forget that. We want to focus on what we see. We want to focus on what had happened. Yeah. Instead of focusing on the cause of what had happened. At the point that you're seeing it, it's already done. So we have to investigate, go within. Master key number 1, go within to the level of cause, to the spiritual dimension where thoughts hang out, right? And be in that place to do the work and transform our lives by transforming our thinking. And don't forget, transforming our feeling tone. It has to be in alignment. Some of us need to adjust our feelings. Hello. Adjust our attitude. Yes. And that adjustment is always to love. Master key number 12. So I want to share a couple of things with you from the book. Again, Master Key System by Charles F. Haynell. He says cause is an immutable law or principle which operates with invariable precision. Whether the law is put into operation consciously or unconsciously, you better recognize, right? We know that we know this, right? We know this. Who knows this? Who knows that their thoughts are powerful, that their thoughts are creative, that their thoughts are at the level of cause, right? Most of us who have been on this journey, this spiritual journey, know this. I've been speaking about it for 3 years on SIP, right? So this is no surprise, but we got to put that knowledge into action. It's not enough to know, right, Tim? Yes, it's not enough to know. We have to take action in what it is that we know. Because as Shay just shared, thoughts become things for real, for real. For real, for real. Thoughts become things. So we have to put our knowledge into practice, right? Spirit practice. Spirit practice. Thoughts practice. Knowledge practice. Cause practice. We get to practice using the law. All right, I'm going to move on. I want to share this. Because when we put things into practice, when we are in the conscious, creative flow, that deliberate flow, we know that we get what we put into it, right? What is that? We reap what we sow. We receive what we give. This is how the law works, right? All right. Oh, and this is what I'm about to read. We will get exactly what we give, but we shall have to give it first. Let's stop right there. We have to give it first. Some of us want to receive it and then give it, right? Some of us have this as our affirmation. I am prosperous. I am prosperous, right? That is our affirmation, right? We say it like we believe it. However, we want to receive the prosperity first. And then we can consciously create a field within ourselves that is prosperous. Don't work that way. Once we see the effect that is a demonstration of prosperity, it is revealing itself as the cause, not as the effect. The effect is the revelation of the cause. Cause is never the revelation of effect. Now, you can use what you see. You could use the demonstration of your life as information that you can use to see, what is the belief? What is the limiting belief? What is up in my subconscious mind that I need to transform? Because what is being outpictured is not what I desire. So we have to change it at the root. We have to make sure the soil of our soul is fertilized with conscious, constructive, deliberate, consistent thinking. Patterns of thought. Your dominant patterns of thought will materialize. It is immutable. The law works. Yes? All right. All right. So we know that our thoughts must be consciously constructive, systematically positive, constructive, deliberate, and intentional. That means our thoughts must be directed. No unsupervised thoughts. Our thoughts must be directed. Remember, our conscious mind is our bouncer. Our conscious mind determines who gets in and who doesn't get in, what thoughts get in and what thoughts don't get in. It has to be supervised. Your thoughts must be under supervision and strict supervision. Otherwise, you're going to get all kinds of foolishness up in the subconscious mind, and it will create from that. All right. I want to read one more thing. Thought is a spiritual activity and therefore creative, yes. But make no mistake, and this is the point that I was just making. Thought will create nothing unless it is consciously, systematically, and constructively directed. And herein is the difference between idle thinking, which is simply a dissipation of effort, and constructive thinking, which means practically unlimited achievement. So let me share a real life example, and I'm going to use one of my sugars. So Zola wanted to be in this program at her school for it's called STEP, and it helps with SAT prep, and it's free, right? So she wanted to be a part of this program. It's run through Fordham University. And this is what she wanted, right? She declared this in the summertime because her school does not provide SAT prep within the school. They partner with Fordham University, but they only have a certain number of slots. So not everyone who applies gets in. Zola, when I was talking with her about it, I was asking her, how do you feel about this? And she said, she feels good. I said, all right now, baby. I said, and what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about this? She said, I'm getting in. I said, without a doubt? She said, without a doubt. I'm not even worried about it. She said, I applied, I did everything that I need to do, and now I'm just waiting for them to tell me I'm in. Right? There was no idle thinking about, oh, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. There was no talking with her friends about, I wonder if I'm going to get in. There was none of that. There was none. Every single thought that she had about this was supervised. She was clear. She saw it in her mental image, being in the room under the direction of whomever is facilitating the SAT prep process. She believed with everything within her, and she let it be. She let it be. So this is what we get to do. This is how we practice, because our thoughts and our feelings are creative. Are creative. So just think about something that you are desiring, that you want to have the experience of feeling good, because that's what it is. It is the feeling. I want to have as many experiences where I feel good. And I don't want to limit the universe on what those experiences may be by getting into God's lane of how this is going to happen. There's infinite possibilities. What I desire is joy. What I desire is love. What I desire is laughter. And the way in which those get demonstrated is a multitude. Why would I limit how that comes into being, how that comes into form. Why would I limit the effect by saying I need it to be exactly this one thing? No, I'm open to all experiences that are on the same vibration as joy because I recognize, you better recognize it's not about the effects. It is about the cause and joy and good and prosperity and abundance. It's at the level of cause. And we can align, we can make the necessary adjustments. We can make the necessary adjustments with our thinking, with our feeling, so that we are aligned and attuned and connected and plugged in to that, to that feeling, open to how it will express itself through us as the outlet. So we just need to get out of the way and let the law be the law and use it properly. Supervise yourself. Yes, this is what we get to do. This is how we get to show up in the world and live a beautiful, beautiful life. And it takes practice. And it takes practice. So we know that a prosperous thought cannot exist in a lack consciousness. A conscious thought cannot exist in a lack consciousness. It does not compute. You are negating the prosperous thought by your lack consciousness. Think about wanting to be in a relationship, a love relationship, right? So we have this thought of love, right? I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking about love. But my consciousness, the field in which that thought resides is in our consciousness. Think about your consciousness as a house, and your thought is knocking on the door of the consciousness house. And the consciousness opens the door and lets the thought in, right? The thought is a thought of love, but your consciousness is a consciousness of foolishness, clutter, hurt, pain, resentment from some relationship that passed that you haven't forgiven yourself or the other for. That is the consciousness of that love thought. That's what it's walking into. Do you think that's going to stay there? No, it's going to leave. It's not the right environment for it. And it will not come into fruition because it is the law. So we have to adjust our consciousness, just like we adjust our thinking. So we are the channel. We are at cause. So we have to recognize that because recognition brings about realization. So if we don't recognize, we will not realize. Come on now. If you don't recognize, you will not realize. What will come into fruition is not what you desire. So recognize to realize, right? I wish there was thought recognition technology. I guess there is. It's the law. Like we have face recognition technology. You know, you hold your phone up and it opens because it recognizes your face. Let's have that with our thoughts. Let's have that with our thoughts. Thought recognition technology. So if the thought and the consciousness is not in alignment, it will not come to pass. So we adjust and we do it over and over again, consistently, systematically, constructively, supervising our thinking. All right. That is master key number 13. You better recognize. You better recognize. You better recognize to realize. All right now. All right. So let me check in. Let me check in. Yes, Tim, you have to manifest your goals mentally and then physically. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Ron. Absolutely. That is what we get to do. And we have to do it. We have to do it. All right. So what we have to do next is a quick joy news. I just caught look at the time. So let's do a quick joy news. All right. So last night, as I mentioned, we had an amazing community cafe, community vision. It was wonderful. And we took what came through and we took it to our sleep and to our subconscious mind. And what I got this morning was adjust to love. So I'm curious about what others who were there last night may have woken up to this morning. So mine was adjust to love. So we have community cafe every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And you could join us. No experience needed. You don't have to be a member of Rockland CSL. It's open to everyone. So I'll remind you next week, our next one. This weekend, we started our new theme. Centers for Spiritual Living's theme for October is playing with paradox. Playing with paradox. I love that. Last Sunday, we was in person and Eugene Holden was our guest speaker. This Sunday, I will be speaking about getting comfortable with discomfort. Getting comfortable with discomfort. So please join me on Sunday. We're virtual. This Sunday, you can go to rocklandcsl.org, join us on Zoom, or you can watch the live stream on Facebook. All right, I'll leave it there because I'm almost out of time. You also know that Sunday in Praise, which is the other SIP, is on every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I share an inspirational talk. And this Sunday, on Sunday in Praise, I will be sharing the talk that I gave yesterday as part of the Harambe team. The Harambe team is a group of Black folks in New Thought, and every Wednesday we share we share our perspective about the CSL theme and topic for that Sunday. So I started us off with the paradox mindset. So I will be sharing that on Sunday as part of Sunday in Praise. All right. All right. I think that's it. I'll share more tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Remember, you better recognize that thoughts are powerful, that thoughts are a spiritual activity, that you are at cause, that you are at cause, that your consciousness, your thinking, your feeling has to align. Adjust to love. What you recognize, you realize. So you better recognize. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy. Yes, we are connected to our yes.